Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are checking out UNSEISO from Finana Ryugu. This came out not too long ago, and it's an original song, so I'm ready to check this out. I hope you are all as well. It's been a while since we heard Finana on this channel, so I'm excited to get back into it. Let's hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Big basin. Okay. Okay. So we're pushing our bass synth, but then we're getting vocal layering way up high on the treble. So we're already doing some mixed juxtaposition here. Not too much on the midtones yet. All right. This is a cool progression. Okay. Really pushing the bass synth. All right. Okay, so we're going way into just a bass synth, and then we're shifting the EQ on that. We're manipulating the EQ on the bass synth, and we're using that as the heavy hitter rather than the vocals, and then we're using the vocals as a lift for an interjection. Though we might shift from that, I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems like we're going to be using vocals as more of an interjection here. Alright, we're going for a second repetition. Okay, so we're going for a second repetition, but now we're introducing more treble bass synth tones as sort of a mediating factor into the vocal interjection. So we have a bass pulse, we have these mid-tone to treble tone synth interjections, and then we have the vocal interjection, and then I'm assuming we'll repeat this a couple times, and then we'll go back into the vocal lift, and then we'll come back down into a bass pulse, is my understanding of what we're going for. Alright. We're going to complete cutout. Oh, okay. Okay, we were not going for that. We just had that for that segment, I guess. So we are not going for another bass pulse. Instead, we're going for a complete lift. We've got a synth pretty high up. I guess now we're introducing more of a mid-tone as a new foundation for this segment here. Alright. I like the choral backing. That's not actually vocals here, but it's a choral synth or a choral keyboard, maybe. Okay, and now we're getting the choral vocals on it. That's nice. Oh, introducing the bass synth from before. Nice. And that's a nice digital kick as well. Okay. Okay. All right. I've never ventured too much into like dubstep, but it seems like we're taking a lot of inspiration from that side of EQ manipulation of a bassy synth, and getting like the wave synth in there, and basically it's a lot of synth usage. This is a very synth heavy song. I'm not sure if we've actually used any other instrumentals aside from like digital percussion. So this song so far seems to just be a lot of EQ manipulation and a lot of digital effects over synthesizers, which I'm not against at all. But I would like to see just a little bit of variation. Just show me a bit of a spin on that. Okay. I will say I like how, compared to from before, now we're using, we do have our treble-based interjections coming out of the bass pulse on the synthesizer, but we're also adding a little bit of this like rasp, this bend towards the end of each little run that we get from the bass synth. Okay, that was... Oh, and we do have those little chimes there. I like how we're... I really like this atmosphere here where we have that choral lift. You can hear the ambience going, creating this big lift in the mix, but we still have the slight sustain of the bass synth under it. And that does create a very nice aesthetic, a very nice atmosphere, especially when you have whisper vocals over it. I would have liked maybe a little more of Finana's vocals in the song, but let's just hear the ending here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a different take than we've heard from most of the songs we've had Finana. We've heard Finana sing on this channel. It was a very different spin. It was definitely more on the instrumentation, a big focus towards the music side of things. So yeah, it's a little weird for me, because when I think of like VTuber music and like VTuber original songs, it's usually a very vocalist focus, because the vocalist is the talent that the song's promoting usually. So when you're promoting your talent who plays the role of the vocalist, to diminish the vocals in the song is generally a pretty questionable choice. But I will say, from just the song as a whole standpoint, it wasn't bad. It wasn't really like my style of music. You know, I'm generally lean more towards acoustic, metal, stuff like that. But it was still a solid song. You know, I do like the little variations we got to hear from the synthesizers, because we started off a little simple, you know, with the just general bass, and then we had the vocal lifts. I would have liked the vocals to come out a little more throughout the song, but we did have interjections and the whisper vocals, as well as these are really cool choral synth, a choral synth or keyboards. It might have been a keyboard, but just these choral keys that created this awesome ambience. I actually really liked how we sustained the bass synth under those choral synth, or the choral keys, and we also had these little chimes, these chimes sprinkled in. So it was a lot of playfulness mixed in with intensity throughout the mix, and so it was very fun to listen to from that standpoint. I would have really liked if we got more vocals, because it doesn't really feel like a Finana song. It just kind of feels like a song featuring Finana. But nonetheless, it was a fun listen. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And as always, feel free to recommend more things for me to check out on the channel. And if you like this reaction, feel free to subscribe. Aside from that, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much.